Welcome in, everybody. I am joined by Fan, the owner of Sidestep Kings. Thank you for joining me for this short interview. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been pretty exciting seeing the CCL announcement and everything, and I can't wait to, just get in there and start drafting players and making a god tier team.
On that note, you want to draft this god tier team. What inspired you to create the organization of Sidestep Kings?
There were a couple different reasons, really. The first reason is that, obviously I want to be helping HOTS Esports succeed. One of the missions that Workhorse told me that he wanted for org owners was for people who really cared about HOTS, people who obviously, want the esports to succeed, people who are willing to work with him. And I think it's been pretty evident. I've been around forever in the HOTS scene, so definitely something that I wanted to help do. And on top of that, I feel like I was just in a very unique position because I never stopped playing HOTS, even when most of the other HGC pros did. So not only do I have good knowledge of all the HGC pros that used to play the game that are signing up for CCL, but I also have good knowledge of all the Grandmaster Storm League players because in the past 2 years, these are the same players I've been playing games with every single day. So I've kind of watched all the, new upcoming talent also grow every single day. So I definitely thought I was one of the best qualified people in terms of drafting a good team for CCL as well.
Well, it definitely shows. And kind of transitioning here, you're talking a little bit about your goals as kind of an org. What are you looking to kind of do or offer for these players, maybe just to entice them to maybe, try and catch your eye a little bit more in some of these upcoming exhibition matches?
I think that I don't really think that I even need to do anything for these players to catch my eye in particular. I think every single one of these players is extremely motivated, and all the players that sign up for CCL really want to play in CCL. So even since the announcement 2 days ago, I've noticed tons and tons of players playing, in my Storm League games, but not even that. They're still playing tons of in-house games, which I'm keeping an eye out on, and just in general, they are very motivated. I think the players are just as excited as the orgs, and yeah, honestly, I don't think it's even about me. I think they, without any outside motivation, they really want to play already.
Well, that's good to know. Now, word on the street is you've been working with some mad scientists to design some sort of Sidestep Serum. How's that working out, and can you talk at all about that?
Well, it is kind of top secret. I can't give you too much information, but something about genetics, something about taking the blood of the original Sidestep Kings, B-Kid, Sam, myself. That's all I can say. Everything else is top secret.
Well, it's good to know you got something working in the background right there. But transitioning back over to our little interview here, some of the roles in these in-house games that you were noting beforehand, are there any roles specifically that stand out to you? Are you looking at some of the tank players, ranged assassins, or are you just looking at almost everything out there?
Yeah, I'm looking at pretty much everything out there, and not exactly in terms of the traditional roles, but also I'm looking at how people communicate, for example, because it's easy to see mechanics, and mechanics of players is something that I've been just noticing during my 5 years. I don't have to mechanics are fairly obvious for me. If they're ever in a game with me, I'll probably be able to see how good they are mechanically. So what I'm really looking for is how well they communicate, how well they work with other people as a team. So that I'm paying very close attention to at the moment.
Alrighty. Now, we're talking about, what players can maybe do to catch your attention. What's something players should avoid when, trying to be picked up by the Sidestep Kings? Are the Winterheart was saying, not Winterheart, excuse me, Wildheart was stating that they were saying that if you pick Convection, you're probably going to get muted by them. Are there any heroes, any talents? Is there anything out there that kind of turns you off as an organization towards maybe a player or even a play style?
Yeah, I don't mind people experimenting with different talents and stuff, as long as I kind of get the impression that it's experimental. If I get the impression that they actually think convection's the best every game, then they might be in trouble. But outside of that, I guess just in general, toxicity or just any form of you know things like that where I feel like they might not work well within a team, that's something that would also turn me off from picking a player potentially.
Well, very awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview. Before I let you run out of here, are there any sort of tips or last minute things that you'd like to tell the players or anyone out there for the upcoming season of CCL?
Yeah, I would just want to thank all the players for playing, first of all. And outside of that, I think it's a good idea to make a highlight reel of their plays, which I know a lot of players have been doing, and sharing it on Twitter, sharing it on Reddit, making sure all the org owners can see a highlight reel of your play. That has personally helped me get to know a lot of players much better than I could have ever known otherwise. And outside of that, I would just recommend them to keep playing. Keep playing Storm League, keep playing in-houses, keep playing everything that they can to kind of show themselves off.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Fan, and I look forward to seeing you all in the CCL season. You have a great night, and thanks for joining me once again.
No problem.